and I'm just trying to start like all the marketing and branding for a company and stuff, and I'm starting to do it myself. And I guess two-part question. One, should I focus on myself or do it through the company?
Yourself.
And two, how do I get bigger on YouTube and Facebook, because I'm struggling there?
Yourself and slowly.
Okay.
So definitely focus on yourself, and I wouldn't overly worry about getting big on YouTube and Facebook for the sake of getting big. What you need to focus on, everybody focuses on getting big, more followers. They need to focus on making content that brings value to people. The reason I always win is I only think about the customer. I never think what's in it for me. Ever, ever, ever. I've never thought about how many followers do I have? How many followers am I gonna get? Never, ever, ever. That's why I don't celebrate when I get 1 million followers or 20,000 followers or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm. So I guess I didn't necessarily mean big. I think partly I did, because I still have that in my mind.
Everybody, like, I understand it. Like, I think the answer is make content that brings value to people.
Yeah, and we're starting to do that. Like, we host like a meetup and stuff, and we just posted a video that was like 2 hours long on YouTube, and we're gonna start chopping it up and putting it on different stuff. But I guess it's more of like, I understand, you know, kind of just because I work more and do stuff on Instagram and a little bit on LinkedIn, I kind of see the different subtleties between the two of them.
Yep.
Is there any different subtleties that you would change between going towards Facebook and YouTube? Is it more long form? Is it a different way of talking? Like, how does that play out?
Yep. The answer is both. You get more long form options on both of them, and the audiences are different. You know, Facebook is skewing older by the second, right? YouTube is super broad. You could target ads on Facebook in your general area and, you know, and an age group. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I ask some more?
You can ask one more quick question, but real quick, when I looked at your oh, it's not him. Okay, keep going, bro.
Yeah. So the next part I want to do is start doing like Facebook and Instagram ads, and we obviously, you know, we raise money from investors, high net worth accredited guys, and we have to obviously, you know, there's some gray areas with SEC and stuff like that, and we have to make sure we're not stepping over boundaries. What are some ways that you would get people to your website without, you know, we can't say, hey, I've got this investment opportunity. You know, we've talked about doing like webinars, as like free offerings and stuff like that. Is there anything besides the kind of the norm that you see
education
that you recommend us trying?
Education and entertainment.
I've heard that one before, yeah.
It really works, bro. I'll give you another one that is a little more tangible. You can send out an email, a tweet, an Instagram post, a Facebook, like you hit up everybody, right? That you have, and you ask and spend one day calling all of them and asking them for what kind of content do they want.
Okay.
Like, one of the reasons I'm successful is I do research, I read all my comments, and I'm good at synthesizing data to be a creative.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people never even get into the part of listening.
I hear you. I definitely try to do that. Like, I'm always asking people, like, we literally just had our meetup last night for like 3 hours in a hotel. We had like 40 people out there.
That's good.
And, you know, I'm always asking people, like, how did you like it? What did you think? Stuff like that.
But you gotta ask them, what do they want on your website, or what do they want from your content?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, we always send out an email, like, we always focus it around one subject. Like, oh, what do you guys want to talk about next? And like, we just did it on the
Have you ever,
like,
you also can use Google Trends and type in words from your industry and see if anything's popping?
So I played with that a little bit. I've got like a running quote unquote Google ad just to like understand it a little bit for the company.
So then you know what it sounds like the deficit is potentially right now? Ideas.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm definitely like, I'm not like a marketing background or design. I'm trying to pick up the pieces as I go and get familiar enough to then eventually outsource it to either.
I love it.
Like, the next step I want to do is have like a couple VAs start doing like post video production and stuff like that, and then eventually bring on someone full time to do video and editing, because it's not my strong point. It's taking up a fuck ton of my time right now, and it's really a waste of my time because it's not my strength.
Well, it's not a waste, because I do like the context building, but I like that you're aware that there's a passing of the baton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you might have learned a lot of what you could do. Believe it or not, as this may sound, it sounds like the ideas part, to your point, this is where somebody creative matters. One of the things that took me a long time to realize in my team and my agency, and then just kind of like, only over the last 2 years, I'm like, wait a minute, why this feels so easy is because I'm creative. But that was not something that I really leaned into. It was something I took for granted because I leaned in more towards, I'm a businessman.
Right. And I think that's why we're trying, like, we're literally on the cusp of starting a podcast, and I want to start leaning into other people where we also want to do, like, with the meetup stuff, also do like a round table type thing where you bring other people in. It's just like a chat and
keep going. I like keep going. I like where you're going. Keep going.
Okay, cool.
You got the pieces. All right, good luck, bro.
I don't have a lot of followers, but the companies I do have, they trust me. Like, they'll give their left kidney for me. They like.
Correct. And so you should probably take it and sell it on the black market. Take those down. I'm just kidding. So I think what you need to do, listen, what is old is always new. I think testimonials are powerful.
Right.
I don't think they should be boring like we saw in the 90s, but like, I think you have built your brand. Like every time big agency holding companies try to razz on me and play the card of like, well, it's all Gary and his relationships. I'm like, yes, GE and Pepsi and Chase and ABI are so enamored with me that they're 7 and 6 and 8 year clients of us. They're clients with us because they've gotten results.
Right. Because
we execute. You know, yes, maybe I've been more out and about how I've approached it, but you've built your brand. You just haven't now manifested the equity that you're sitting with. And this is why I would tell you, for everybody here that's looking for new business, this moment on LinkedIn, many of you felt the good effects. Many of you regretted for not jumping on board of the golden era of Facebook organic reach on pages.
That's
right?
True,
we can all agree on that? You know of it one way or the other. You either benefited from it or you kind of wish you took advantage of it when I was screaming about it and most people weren't doing it. I'm gonna give you another chance right now. It's happening right now. It's called LinkedIn.
Yep.
LinkedIn is Facebook 2011. Right now. You could have no followers, nobody on earth knows you. You make a video, a picture, a written word, a deck, a something, you post it, and a lot more people than you think will see it. You're welcome.
Thank you, Gary. It means the world to me.
LinkedIn, testimonials. By the way, not everybody is remarkably handsome and charismatic.
I can't be Garyvee.
Not everybody needs to be. Find out how you communicate. One of the reasons I started making cartoons, which I think some of you have seen on LinkedIn or Instagram, is because I keep trying to find ways to show you that there's a million ways to communicate. You don't have to have gift for gab, one take improv ability to go. You might write incredibly well, and your 7 paragraphs on the current state of long tail SEO, post on LinkedIn and get the hell out and see 3 inbound leads is real, and it will go away because I'm yelling loud. Half will do it, some will do it, 1 will do it, and then it will get saturated. The attention will be matched by the amount of content. Ads will go into the ecosystem. You understand? How many times do you have to see this happen? Like, right? Like, how many times do you need, like, how do you think I dominated social? I lived it with search and with email. And then I'm like, okay, now I get it. I'm not making the same mistake. When I see it, you know, people here are struggling to get leads and win RFPs and get new business, and literally the answer is LinkedIn right now. And now I've said it, and still 74% of you next week won't do it, which is how I got into insecurity and parenting and perspective, right? Because I couldn't logically understand how this is happening right now, and I know 74% of you are not gonna do it next week. I'm like, oh, right, they're scared of judgment. Oh, right, they don't want their uncle to say they're stupid, or when some anonymous person says that they're ugly, that kills them. Right, they didn't get the luxury of circumstance and parenting that I had. So now let me give it to them. I just wanna be the collective shield. Blame it on me. No, I'm serious, bro. Let's just do it right now, once and for all. When What's that?
Gary did it.
Just blame it on me. When somebody leaves a comment and says you're stupid, tell them I told you to post it. Tag me. I will go in there and rip that fucker apart. So how did you get your job?
I don't know how you found that email.
I used to read every email.
Wait, you responded 3 months later.
It took me time, dude. I was getting a lot of email. You know what question that is? That's like the same question.
You email you? I was like, fuck, I gotta write the best email ASAP or he's never gonna respond. You didn't respond in the first week? And then I was like, that's it. It's a wrap.
It
was 3 months later at midnight.
I love that. You know, see,
It was literally like 12:01 a.m. I had the email.
Nobody believes me about anything.
Hello, please state your name after the tone.
My new
and
favorite
Google
one that's
Voice will
popped
try to
up.
connect you.
You're fucking, how did you have money to fucking, you say you made no money. How'd you fucking have money to invest in Twitter and Facebook? I'm like, I fucking lived in a shit apartment and saved money. I made $43,000 a year and made saved 11,000. Sinan? Sinan.
Yeah.
Sinan? Sinan.
You said it.
How do you say it?
Well, now I
How do you say it?
Sinan.
Sinan fucking commuted from fucking to wine library in a liquor store for a year, worked for fucking minimum wage. He wanted it. Like everybody, like I love when some people hear it, like, they come in, they do the resident thing, whatever, and like after you watch, because like you got some of you are still in it, others like I watch, right? And some people like after week 3 or 6, at first, day 1's cool, week 3, and I'm like, Sinan fucking commuted from fucking to New Jersey and walked to Wine Library for a year at minimum wage. Like, this is what is interesting. It's a one big game of entitlement if your ambitions are big. Like I'm always curious of what's the person's ambition? It's not for everybody, but like if you want it so, I don't know. I'm fascinated by it because I really I did it, lived it. It's so fun to give advice you lived. It makes it fun. I never feel weird.
Hello.
I never feel weird of any of the stuff I say,
and Google
because I
Voice will
fucking
try to
did
connect
it.
you.
I really did it.